Hello, you beautiful people out there in YouTube world. I'm Asonica, and welcome to the Stanley parable. And I know exactly what you're thinking. The Stanley parable? What are you talking about, Asonica? I thought you said you were gonna play Sims. You lied to us again. I know I promised The Sims, and I'm sorry. It honestly just is not working on my computer. And I'm assuming this is gonna be the life of me as a new YouTuber, is me not really getting anything to work. And having technical difficulties every 5 seconds, which is very frustrating, and I really want you guys to hang in there with me because I really am just trying to get the hang of it. But now that the Stanley parable is working, and I'm absolutely loving every second of it, and the snarky narrator is like the best thing in the world, I think we're just gonna jump into this and see what happens. So hopefully we get this going, and hopefully we'll be playing Sims next week when I can figure all that out. Okay, so welcome back to the Stanley parable. So I got an achievement for turning on achievements because I didn't know you had to turn on achievements, but now I have an achievement for it. That was a lot of use of the word achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. Hello? Hello? Anyone here?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I was a rebel last time, and I went to the right, so we're gonna go to the left this time. Nothing? Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
These are cool. Using slides to show in place that everything's okay. So that's how that works. Ooh, a broom closet. Camera freaked out there for a second. My frame rate.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, I think I'll stay in here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I can turn on the subtitles or not. I'm gonna figure that out
that Stanley
right
was still
now.
Anything. At least if there was something to interact with,
I
he'd be
don't know
justified
if I
in
turn
some
them on
way.
or not.
As it is, he's
There it
literally
is.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yes. So I turned on the subtitles for you guys. There you go.
Really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Well, I'm walking back and forth.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm gonna walk in circles. Well, that's making me really dizzy. Let's not.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
Just stand in the corner.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it
That's
didn't
true.
even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
This guy is so sassy.
Stanley
just
was
enjoying
fat and
my time.
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
That's
That or with drug
mean.
money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well,
I
I've
love
come to a
this
very definite
narrator.
conclusion about what's going on right now.
Okay.
You're dead. You've got to this
Is
broom
anybody
closet,
seeing
explored it a bit,
the
and were just
handle,
about to leave
the door
because
handle
there's nothing
freaking out
there
right now?
when a physical malady of some sort shut
Because
down
it
your
is.
central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
I'm not dead.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Okay.
He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
The game just made fun of
When
itself.
you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. Hold on a second. Asonica died while in this broom closet. I'm the new Asonica 2. So we're just gonna continue to play this game like me. Okay, I broke the game. Okay, there we go.
Ah, second player. It's good
Yes.
to have you on board.
It's good to be on board.
Guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
But I'm trying to do better.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
I think I'm crazy.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
That car?
None of it made
That was
any
there
logical
before, wasn't it?
sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Although I'm not very good at going.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
But
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and
really hard
Stanley
to see where I'm
marveled that he had still
Oh
not
my gosh,
woken
where am I
up.
going?
How was he
that way.
remaining so lucid?
That's a good
And then
question.
perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing?
I told you
or
it
thinking?
reminded me of Stranger Than
Now the
Fiction.
voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley.
I mean, the other
He found
Asonic
it
told you.
particularly strange.
Stranger
I'm
Than Fiction.
dreaming
I don't
about
know
a
what I'm
voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply...
Oh no, the battery's low.
He doesn't
Oh
have
no,
to take
I'm stuck.
responsibility
Okay,
for himself.
uh-oh.
Stanley is as awake
Uh-oh.
right now
Uh-oh.
as he's
Buttons.
ever been in his
Buttons.
life.
None of my buttons are working. Okay. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I fixed it. Yeah.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream.
I'm forgetting my hat.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
I'm imagining it all.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
I don't want to push
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. Can I open my eyes now? Okay.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real.
Really
Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Okay. Okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Was that an ending? Yes, it was. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, so normally Sonic is back. How are you? Okay, so what I was gonna say was I don't feel like anybody's ever completely normal. So there is no such thing as a completely sane person. But that's just me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Because like in one of my really close friends, or one of the people who used to be a really close friend of mine, he used to tell me that normal is just a setting on a washing machine. And even then, every washing machine is different, and everybody's normal is different. So therefore, there's no such thing as normal.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yes.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Because why would they? Whoa, okay. I'm sorry about that.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We haven't done this before.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
There's a button. I don't want to push the button. We're going down. Oh my gosh. Wow. The game just totally freaked out on me. Oh, it's loading. I was like, it got really dark. Okay, where am I?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, From here, it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, well, it's okay. I make mistakes
No,
too.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Where am I supposed to be going?
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. I don't think the narrator knows where I'm supposed to be going.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
That looks weird. Mr. Narrator? I'm confused.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to...
Where am I supposed to go?
Oh, who am I kidding?
Spoilers!
It's all rubbish now.
Spoilers!
Story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. Is that it, or is there... Okay, well, we'll find out.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
It's
memo.
hurting my ear.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere, or...
I wouldn't
Hold
know.
on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the
I'm
story.
gonna find the story. This way. This doesn't look right. Nope, I went in a circle. This way.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise
I
you
would agree.
there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Please.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again. But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
I'm so confused. Where am I? Who am I?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't know.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
We're
he had
wasting
simply missed a
electricity.
memo.
Alright, well, hopefully, maybe we're back? Maybe. Nope. Oh my gosh. So, my computer stopped recording, and yeah, if this isn't a good, example of how bad this has been for me, then I don't know what is. I just can't seem to get the electronic part of this whole thing working. But recap, we ended up in some weird cabin in the woods thing, and it really was scary. And then I got locked in there, and I won the game. But he said no, so now we're back in the office.
All right, I've got a solution. This time,
Story
to make
line.
sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple
But
is that?
we're supposed to go straight. But I'll follow the line.
You
This is
see,
boring.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though,
Okay.
here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the
Question.
act of moving forward, Are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
It's okay.
You know what?
Whoa.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. Okay. I like swinging. There we go. I like the music. I don't think you can walk on the ceiling. So we'll just follow it around. I don't recognize any of this, Mr. Narrator. Whoa.
Wait. Cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
2, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting the leaves. Guesstimate like 4,000. So that'll be my guesstimate. There's about 4,000 leaves. 4,692.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No.
Something's not right here, dude.
No. Line, you
We'll
do
go
know
this way.
we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The
We'll go this
story?
way.
Is any of this ringing a bell?
We're back here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Yeah, I'm about at the same spot. Kitten, okay. Adventure line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
That's a good
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring,
I would agree.
mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay. We'll go.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
There's
Just
nothing
me and
wrong.
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild.
A
Use
western.
your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want to be John Wayne. It can be a western.
Oh, no,
There's
not
the
you
line.
again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any
Okay.
role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. I'm not seeing any cowboys though, and I told you I wanted to be in a western with John Wayne.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In
I
fact,
agree with
I
you.
believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere,
What if we walk
the
in the
place
opposite
where we're
direction?
trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay.
Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Cool. I mean, that would make sense. The right door would be the right door. Okay. I got where he was going with that.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me
Find the
that's
line
what this
again.
is? It's all one giant ending?
Confusion
And we're
ending
supposed to
schedule.
restart the game, what, eight times?
Then it's gonna restart
That's really
again.
how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
6
Well,
restart.
what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this,
Find the
this
confusion
thing.
ending now restarts the
wall.
again. Now,
Well,
here's the previous
who
restarts.
consulted me? Why don't I get to
So
decide?
this is how it's supposed
Why
to play
don't
out.
I get a say in all of this? Is it really...
for a long time.
It can't be.
Stanley
I don't
dies.
want it to be. I don't
Not
want
Stanley.
the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it.
Okay.
I won't do
I'll go
it.
sit in
I
this chair.
won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean...
That scared
did
me.
Did we break the cycle? The,
I just thought it
whatever
broke
it is
the
that made
game
this
because I
schedule?
clicked on the
How
chair.
would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
You're gonna
So,
restart the game. It says so up here.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in
So
some
right here,
way
you're gonna
that this
restart
is
the
a
game,
kind
and
of
then
story.
you
Wouldn't
forget,
you
and then I
agree?
can play it, but I
I'm not quite
can't
sure
be
if we're in
prevented.
the destination
And I won't be
or
able
the
to
journey.
go anywhere
Though
and do
they're
anything.
always saying
The
that
game's
life
gonna
is
restart on
about
its
the
own.
journey
I'm
and not
alive.
the destination. So I hope that's where we
This
are
is really
right
hurting
now.
my ear.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What was that? Do you guys know what that was? Because I don't know what that was. Oh no, I got the swirling circle of death. Swirling circle of death. I'd appreciate it if you didn't lead us into death. Okay, so I'm back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Okay.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I didn't think that was going to do anything, but it did.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
It
entered the
looks
door
like
on
it's
his
back
left.
to normal. Maybe that's why it's so confusing, is because it's back to normal.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
There's the
boss's
broom
office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a
supposed
staircase,
to go up the
Stanley
stairs to
walked
my boss's
upstairs to
office.
his boss's office.
Can I open the door? No. I want to use the bathroom. Nope, can't close that door. Can I open these doors? Nope. I'll be the receptionist. No? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
My boss is gone.
Shocked,
I'll play the
unraveled,
piano.
Stanley
Sad
wondered in
music.
disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he
There's
could
not
not
even
have
any
known
cigarettes in the
was that the
ashtray.
keypad behind the boss's desk
Everything's gone
guarded the terrible truth that his boss had
Keypad.
been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
You got
Stanley
that
happened
right,
to input
Mr.
the correct
Narrator.
code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Is there anything down here? It's really dark. Ah! Okay. That was a little weird. I was like going straight and then I couldn't continue straight. And I turned just slightly. So no matter what happens, I end up going in a circle. That's fun. That was weird. Anyway, on with the story.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I would
It
agree
was
with
a
that.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
It's funny, but that word just looks like the word escape. And that looks like the mind control facility. Do I really want to go into a room that says mind control? I'm gonna escape, because that's creepy. Bye!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Never mind. You go back. You go back.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I don't want to die. Push the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed
This
with
is the
television
monitor
screens.
room.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
That is a
Did he
thing.
have the strength to
That's
find
the point
out?
of, but like, it's on there. Okay. Don't break. I don't want to fall and die. Push all the buttons. Oh, there's a button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
I'm
co-workers.
427, right?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
I'm
nothing.
427, right? I'm not missing that. I want to push a button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it
Yeah, I'm not there.
blindly?
Okay.
No, he refused to believe it. He
No.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even
Yes.
possible? Had he
I don't
truly
think so.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Apparently.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
3, 5. What does this mean? 4, 3, 5. 1, 2. 5. Where was 3? I found 3, didn't I? That's 5. Okay. Kill it.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power,
Can I turn
he
it
knew
back
it was
on?
his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I want to push on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
One.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb
Is
goes
that what
off.
this is for?
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to
3.
talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means. I barely know where to start.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
What's that?
Can I turn it off?
You'd like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
4.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
What?
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
I don't understand.
Oh, dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? And then look at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
I broke it.
Won? Solved? Do you have
broke it.
any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh.
Stanley,
There's a failsafe.
you're in for quite a
Push the
disappointment.
failsafe.
But here's a spoiler for you.
No.
That timer
is
isn't
it
a
orange,
catalyst to
green,
keep the action
blue,
moving
red?
along.
Because that would
It's
be
just
sad.
seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing
Orange,
instead of
green,
watching
blue.
a cutscene because I want to
Oh,
watch
man.
you for
I
every
think it's
moment
orange, green,
that you're
blue, red.
powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's
No.
a tragedy.
I refuse
You wanted to control
die.
this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first. So
I
you
refuse.
take a look at the clock, Stanley.
That's
30
scary.
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then
No.
nothing. No
One.
ending here. Just you being blown to
2.
pieces. Will you cling
I don't know what
desperately
I'm
to your
supposed to
frail life?
do.
Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the
3.
same to me. All a part of the joke.
We're gonna die.
And believe me,
We're
I
gonna
will be
die.
laughing at
I
every
think it's
second of
orange,
your
green, blue,
inevitable
red, but it
life
won't
from the
let me
moment
push
we
the
fade
buttons
in
again.
until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Is there a way to stop that from exploding, or do I just explode every time? That's actually a really good question. This episode is going to be a lot longer than I wanted it to be. But Circle of Death. But I also really enjoyed that. So I have no qualms about how long that episode took me. Okay, so that was awesome. That was fun. I'm gonna return to this definitely. I want to know how many endings there actually are. I have no idea. But anyway, have a wonderful day, beautiful humans. Like and subscribe and all that wonderful stuff, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!